Today we dive into Yuke's story after being abandoned by his own A-rank team. He decides to leave and chooses a path of exploring the Labyrinth with his former disciples. Together, they embark on a perilous journey. With such a formidable harem by his side, who knows what challenges they'll face? Let's dive into the film for the details. Yuke Fidio is a 20-year-old young man. He was a support member in an A-rank team called Thunder Bay. For the past 5 years, he silently dedicated himself to the team without asking for anything in return. As long as Yuke was present, everyone received perfect support. Even incredibly powerful monsters were defeated without obstacles. The clearest proof is that in a short time, Thunder Bay rose from an unknown team to a renowned A-rank team. However, despite his selfless contributions, his teammates gave him a shockingly unfair share of the rewards, like giving scraps to a beggar. That little wasn't even enough to buy sports gear for this bunch, let alone save up to get married. Yet, those worthless guys thought he didn't participate in combat and should be grateful for what he got, even demanding more. They even mocked him terribly without realizing he was the one carrying them all this time. Unable to endure it any longer, Yuke decided to leave the Thunder Bay team he was once attached to. Afterwards, Yuke went to the Adventurers Guild to find a new team. Just as he stepped inside to fill out a registration form, he was suddenly hugged tightly by a girl. The startled young man recognized her as Marina, a former student he had cared for when she was young, during her training to become an adventurer. Knowing her teacher was looking for a team, Marina immediately invited Fidio to join her group. She then took Yuke to introduce him to the team. There were 2 other girls who were also his former students. Besides Marina, the swordswoman, there was C, responsible for archery with high precision and managing the group's finances. Next was Run, the sorceress, capable of casting many powerful types of magic. She was the illegitimate daughter of a noble beastkin. Everyone was overjoyed that their teacher was joining their newly formed D-rank team. Yuke's first assigned mission for the team was to harvest magic ore in the Labyrinth. When the group entered, the support guy took out a true seer lamp, a special item that could replace a thief's trap detection skill. Since they had no scout in the group, this was the safest way. Soon after, they encountered their first monsters. C quickly shot one down, creating an opening. Marina charged in to attack. From the rear, Fidio calmly buffed her with a bunch of skills, making it easy for the swordswoman to defeat the monsters. After the battle, the girls were stunned to realize Yuke had just cast 3 different types of magic simultaneously without chanting. But that wasn't all. Moving further, the group faced a pack of zombies. Ren unleashed a wide area purification spell on her teammates, preventing them from getting close. The group's swordswoman bravely charged forward and eliminated them all without hindrance. Seeing the sorceress nearly depleted of mana, Yuke used a special recovery spell on her. The group was amazed again, as this was rare magic only used by archmage sorcerers. That skill alone was enough for him to join any A-rank team without an interview. The girls were utterly surprised to learn Fidio's secondary role was alchemist. He can not only create items, but also concoct incredibly delicious food. Not to mention, every dish Yuke made had strength-enhancing effects. Seriously, having someone like this deserves 10 wives, right guys? After the meal, the group advanced to the 4th floor to eliminate monsters, guard the entrance, and collect magic stones. However, the quantity wasn't enough to complete the mission, so Yuke suggested defeating the floor boss to speed things up. This time, Fidio would solo the floor boss. Before entering, out of habit, he threw out a magic recording tool to archive boss fights. But the swordswoman girl suggested he live-stream it for excitement. Yuke didn't mind. Oh, and speaking of which, Fidio realized he didn't know the team's name. When he asked, the 3 girls admitted they hadn't named it yet. Marina suggested Clover, with Yuke as the 4th leaf, symbolizing luck. After settling on the name, Fido immediately started the live stream of the boss fight. He pushed open the door and stepped in to solo the boss. In the blink of an eye, the young man cast 5 spells, killing the floor boss instantly. The harem members were thrilled to see their teacher so powerful. They were probably already thinking about baby names. The loot from the treasure chest was also extremely generous. Clover's first mission was officially completed. The video recording the moment the Labyrinth floor boss was defeated went viral everywhere. Viewers were left gaping in astonishment because the boss couldn't even touch a hair on the young man before being defeated. Meanwhile, the Thunder Bay team was facing the consequences of Yuke's absence. The swordsmen up front no longer received strength buffs, and there was no uncovering or recovering mana from the rear. As a result, they suffered a crushing defeat, whereas before, all consumables were prepared by the support guy. Now, without him, they started blaming each other. Fidio, however, was much more relaxed after joining the new team. He was elected leader of Clover as the most experienced member. The rewards earned were also much more substantial. The group decided to let CB treasure to save up for a base, as staying in lodgings was expensive. Down at the tavern, the Thunder Bay team was dumping all their failures on a new member. This was the first time they'd been in such dire straits, so they could only shift blame. This made the new member snap back and throw down his team jacket before leaving. Coincidentally, Clover's viral clip was playing in the tavern. It had already hit 5,000 views in half a day. Seeing Yuka solo as a floor boss, the Thunder Bay team burned with jealousy. The classic couldn't keep what they had bitterness. A few days later, Yuka went to the Adventurers Guild to receive the next mission, relocating 3 demon godstones. The receptionist Mamoon mentioned it was a D-rank mission, but due to a powerful magic beast appearing nearby, the difficulty was raised to C-rank. Though aware of the danger, Fidio still wanted to accept it to help his students mature. Just before departure, a fat man appeared, drawing a sword and demanding Yuka leave Clover because he had his eyes on the 3 beauties. When Yuka refused, the man charged attack, but ended up knocked out cold on the spot. During the mission, Yuka decided to live-stream the entire journey. If they encountered a strong magic beast, the guild could send reinforcements. If they defeated it, the video would serve as proof. Hearing they'd be on camera, the 3 girls immediately fixed their outfits and hair, making Yuka blush repeatedly because the little girls he knew had grown up fast and become beautiful. Upon reaching the mission area, Yuka had just started the live stream when a high-ranking magic beast suddenly appeared. Realizing this level was beyond Clover, Yuka ordered the 3 girls to retreat while he bought time. But all 3 refused to abandon him and decided to stay and fight together. Yuka had no choice but to buff the whole team. Marina charged forward but was swiftly knocked away. Yuka cast 5 consecutive weakening spells but couldn't injure it. The support guy realized that if this dragged on, the whole group would be wiped out in under 2 minutes. With no retreat left, Fidio decided to stop hiding his power. He began chanting the strongest spell he'd ever used. Meanwhile, the 3 girls fought desperately, coordinating to keep the monster from reaching Yuka. Finally, he combined 7 types of magic simultaneously and unleashed a full power attack directly at the magic beast. Continuing from before, after taking Fidio's direct hit, the magic beast was weakened but still charged to attack. Rin added a powerful lightning bolt strike to its head, but it just shook it off like a horse. Out of options, Marina immediately advanced, using her magic sword. Yuka buffed her with more power. Finally, the swordswoman's decisive strike cleanly severed the beast's head, killing it instantly. Live stream viewers now shower Clover with praise, except Simon, Thunder Bay's leader, whose face was contorted with envy. Afterwards, the 3 girls happily bathed in a lake, while Yuka set up tents and prepared for an overnight stay. Suddenly, he recalled a memory from half a year ago when Fidio was still teaching the 3 of them to become adventurers. With their current synergy, he believed Clover would quickly surpass Thunder Bay. A few days later, the group was summoned by Guild Master Ben. He questioned Yuka about the recent magic beast phenomenon. Yuka speculated it was Overflow, where magic beasts spill out a labyrinth due to some cause. Hearing this, the Guild Master ordered an urgent investigation and simultaneously promoted the 3 girls to C rank after their performance in the livestream. Yuka was directly promoted to A rank for the new magic he created to defeat the overpowered magic beast. Thus, besides a rank up, Clover received a huge sum of money, enough to buy a base. During the celebration, Rin curiously asked about Yuka's dream and learned his goal was to challenge the deepest part of the Abyssal Labyrinth Voidless, rumored to contain the Abyssal Gate, a portal to another world. That was also the story of the uncle Yuka admired, though he couldn't conquer it. To reach it, they needed national permission and to become an A-rank team. Hearing this, the 3 girls unanimously vowed to help him achieve that dream. Clover continued live streaming their fights against powerful monsters. Views soared, making the team famous. Simon's team, however, remained stagnant. He failed to realize Thunder Bay's strength had plummeted since kicking out Yuka, only blaming new recruits for failures, deterring anyone from joining. With no recruits, Simon turned his attention back to recruiting Yuka. That night, he intercepted Yuka outside the guild, inviting him back and reminiscing about their childhood friendship. But Yuka wasn't stupid enough to be a lackey for those guys again. He just smiled scornfully and flatly refused, walking into the guild, leaving Simon fuming. Clover was invited to model equipment for their next mission. The girls would try specially designed outfits from the brand DIS during their dungeon conquest. Besides payment, they also received a free set of gear. Shortly after, the 3 girls arrived at the meeting point in their new outfits. Seeing his wives dressed up, Yuka couldn't stop praising them. This mission took place in the ancient Iron Ruins dungeon, which had 4 floors. The bottom floor led into the Abyss City dungeon. On the second floor, they encountered 4 orcs, the sworn enemies of elves. So Fidio advised C to stay calm. The support guy carefully assigned tasks. With their synergy and power, Clover easily defeated them without trouble. After the orcs died, they dropped an item enabling a second job class. Yuke decided to keep it for his wives for future use. There was also a magic pouch Rin coveted, so the group gifted it to her, making her ecstatic. After a light meal, the group replenished their supplies and ventured deeper. Suddenly, a shadowy humanoid monster blocked their path. These monsters had lain dormant for 10 years, so their presence here surprised Yuke. The group quickly prepared for combat. Yuke instantly buffed the team, but a single strike from the monster shattered Marina's shield, seriously injuring her. Sorceress Rin rushed to heal her, while Fidio charged into combat. However, his shield also lasted less than a second before shattering. Luckily, he used a body flicker spell to dodge the counterattack, but was hit by a dark curse before he could strike back. As C and Marina struggled against the monster, Rin realized the support guy had stopped breathing. Yet just as the monster unleashed its strongest attack, Yuke revived in time to save everyone. Furious that his girls were hurt, he immediately cast a chain combo of spells to stun it. She used vines to restrain it, giving it no chance to escape, allowing the swordswoman to attack. Finally, Sorceress Rin finished it off with a purification spell. After the battle, Marina couldn't contain her excitement and hugged Yuke tightly. See? These girls take any chance to pounce. That's girls for you. Upon returning, Yuke immediately reported to the guild and submitted the video as evidence. Anticipating the guild would investigate in the coming days, the group decided to rest and not take any more missions. Marina suggested everyone go on a date to relax and explore the new town, but each wanted to go somewhere different. The three girls started bickering, competing for Yuke's time. All right, everyone will get their turn eventually. Sooner or later, you'll all be mine. Meanwhile, Simon's Thunderbait team was so destitute, they only had dried rations left. Deprived of Yuke's cooking, they still failed to recognize its true value. They turned to blame Jamia, the new member, making her sigh in despair. Only now did she understand how Yuke felt. Continued mission failures risked their demotion to B rank. Assistant Man suggested they take low-rank missions, but Simon arrogantly refused. He blamed the guild for not introducing new members, never reflecting on why no one wanted to join his team. Fidio and his wives, however, lived comfortably. Since becoming brand ambassadors, Clover's fame skyrocketed. They were greeted everywhere. In a short time, the group bought an apartment for their base. During dinner, Yuke accidentally saw a screen displaying Simon's team linking with others to investigate the voidless abyssal labyrinth. The next day, Simon personally sought out Yuke to lure him back, knowing this was Yuke's childhood dream. But the support declared he would never undertake a mission with Simon for any reason. Only Clover's members were his true comrades now. With that, Fidio took his wife's hands and left, leaving Simon standing there in hopeless fury. 2 weeks later, Guild Master Ben informed Yuke that many labyrinths were appearing abnormally. He secretly commissioned Clover to investigate the voidless abyssal labyrinth to find the cause. Additionally, the chairman gave Yuke a magic scroll for emergency retreat. Soon after, an assistant brought a commission letter from the king, stating Clover will be temporarily promoted to A rank during this mission. After discussing with his team, Yuke decided to accept, but asked Ben to recommend a skilled scout to temporarily bolster their strength. The guild master agreed instantly. Immediately, Man brought a bee-skinned girl named Nene. From now on, she would be a temporary member of Clover for this crucial mission. Clover proceeded to the entrance of the voidless abyssal labyrinth beneath the guild. 3 previous A-rank teams investigating it, including Thunder Bay, had withdrawn. Only Simon's team stubbornly remained inside. The guild was investigating Simon's team for misusing grant funds. If they returned now, they'd be arrested immediately. Before setting off, Fidio activated his live stream tool to record the entire journey, so the guild could rescue them if needed. Knowing Simon's team had taken 2 weeks but couldn't pass the 8th floor, Yuke wasn't in a hurry. Their mission was to investigate the voidless abyss's abnormalities, not conquer it, so safety was paramount. Soon, Clover encountered a monster amalgamated from various species. With Fio's support, the group used their new long-range weapons and defeated it instantly. Further on, they found a chest in a safe zone. Nene, a scout, easily disarmed the trap. Inside were many gems, gold, and magic items, including a ring and a strange black cube that even Yuke didn't understand. He decided to report the cube to Guild Master Ben. He put the ring on Ren's ring finger, making her tremble with joy. Yuke returned to the safe zone to compile his report. They discovered 2 abnormalities. The scenery constantly changed, and there was a shark-headed monster. Especially strange was a magic chest in the safe zone, containing items far exceeding the floor's danger level. They decided to return immediately to report. Unexpectedly, they encountered the Thunder Bay team on the way. Simon immediately demanded the documents and treasure Yuke collected, unaware the entire conversation was being live-streamed. He continued to insult C with racist slurs about her elfin heritage, enraging Yuke. Guildmaster Banu, having received reports from other guilds, teleported back instantly. He warned that racism was a serious issue affecting relations between the kingdom and the Elfin tribes. Simon's team would have to publicly apologize via broadcast and could lose their adventure licenses or even be exiled. Hearing this, Simon collapsed completely, but still blamed Fidio. Just then, the fat man who had harassed the girls appeared from an alley. He proposed that Simon collaborate to take revenge on Clover. The black cube Yuke brought back suddenly transformed into a sword meant for Marina. When he asked how she knew how to use it, she vaguely hinted that wanting a baby required magic and mom and dad. This confused the support guy greatly. The next day, Clover continued exploring the second floor of the voidless abyss. Everyone was surprised because outdoor-type floors usually only appear from floor 20 downwards. Yuke suspected deeper floors had been scrambled upwards. As he pondered, an old woman appeared from a house ahead, inviting him in for tea. Though she seemed harmless, the group sensed danger and declined, knowing humans didn't live in labyrinths. Suddenly, the sky darkened and the house transformed into a castle. The old woman became Lady Baphomet, the goddess who manipulates life and death. When she tried to keep them, Yuke unexpectedly offered that if she let them go, he would willingly become her servant after death. Hearing this, Lady agreed. A curse mark appeared on Yuke's face, causing him pain. Despite this, Fidio struggled to force everyone to retreat to the safe zone. This floor was a land of the dead. Lingering would drain their life force. Yuke explained it was a kingdom not of this world, where light and darkness cycled endlessly and concepts were inverted. This might be the true nature of the voidless abyss. He suspected the floor they were on wasn't the real second floor, but perhaps floor 30, explored by pioneers 20 years prior. This meant they had been randomly teleported by the stairs themselves. The group decided to rest in the safe zone. Just as Yuke dozed off, Simon appeared and knocked him out. The girls were drugged and fitted with slave collars provided by the fat man. Though illegal, Simon, having nothing left to lose, planned to pin all crimes on Yuke. He forced a confession paper on Yuke. Despite being beaten, Fidio wouldn't yield. Only when Simon threatened to assault the Clover girls did the support agree to sign. As Yuke prepared to sign, the labyrinth shook violently, causing the ground collapse. Thanks to Ren's protection spell, the Clover group fell safely. However, monsters surrounded them. The Thunder Bay members were seriously injured upon falling. Only Simon remained stubborn, taking Ren hostage to threaten Yuke. But then Jamia knocked him down. She wouldn't let him hurt anyone else. Finally, Clover was teleported away, while Jamia and the Thunder Bay team were left as monster bait. Jamia recorded a video admitting Thunder Bay's A-rank status was due to Yuke silently carrying them. She regretted abandoning him and admired Clover's current warmth. To atone, she handed over evidence of Simon's crimes to Yuke. The guild master played Jamia's distress call. She was still alive. Without hesitation, Fidio requested to go back and rescue her. Before leaving, he removed Ren's slave collar. The fat man who sponsored Simon appeared, claiming to be Ren's master and issuing orders. Instead of obeying, the sorceress knocked him out cold with a spell to retaliate. Not stopping there, Ren returned the slave collar and threatened to make his life hell if he returned. Yuke then cursed the fat man, warning him he wouldn't survive if he came near Yuke's wife again. The group immediately set off to rescue Jamia. Knowing the voidless abyss connected areas to explore her subconscious, Yuke quickly found Jamia's location. The alarming discovery was that Simon was still alive. He had used an item from a fat man to become an undead. Realizing Simon was beyond saving, Marina charged to attack, but his special ability allowed him to regenerate a severed arm instantly. Seeing Simon couldn't die, Yuke used magic to make his body swell and explode into chunks. Shadow monsters then appeared, gnawing on Simon's immortal body. From now on, he would suffer eternal pain without harming anyone. As for Jamia, she was healed thanks to the curse mark from Lady Baphomet on Yuke's face. After everything, Clover was penalized points and banned for 1 month for intentionally entering a sealed labyrinth. Jamia, for providing evidence of Simon's crimes, was exempt from exile but lost her adventurer status for 1 year. This was the best outcome she could hope for. During the ban, Yuke met with Maine to formally recruit Nene into Clover. He then took the cat girl and Jamia to the base for a surprise party welcoming the new member. Jamia was moved to tears. However, she still felt guilty for past misunderstandings. Hearing this, she immediately said Jamia wasn't just Clover's benefactor, but also a friend now. Everyone accepted her, making Jamia cry happy tears. And so, 2 more girls joined Yuke's harem. Seriously, this guy has it made. After eating, Yuka saw Ren washing dishes alone and helped her. They now looked like a newlywed couple. Yuka took the chance to hold her hand, making the sorceress flustered. Seizing the opportunity, Ren confessed her feelings by kissing him on the lips. A month passed, and Clover was permitted to operate again. When Yuka went to get a mission, Ben secretly informed him a new labyrinth had been discovered, possibly related to recent abnormal events. As this was a national mission personally assigned by the Guildmaster, Yuka was very interested. Without hesitation, he returned to tell C first. This royal commission would make a big splash for Clover's return, so Yuka was excited. After a long journey, the group reached the bustling city of Duna, filled with commerce and adventurers from everywhere. Yuka guessed they came due to rumors of a new dungeon. The girls decided to wait at a tavern for news while Yuka and C went to the Duna Adventurers Guild to meet Guild Master Manila. Pat stated items obtained from the new dungeon could be kept if not dangerous, but required guild inspection upon return. Manila revealed she was once teammates with Yuka's uncle Saga and was a former member of Anubis, the first adventurer group to reach the deepest floor of the voidless abyss. She gave them a map and arranged lodging. Meanwhile, at the tavern, Marina and the others were harassed by some adventurers. Yuka returned just in time and intervened, declaring in Samutarian, "All these girls are my wives," making the troublemakers leave. Marina mentioned uniforms for Clover to make them look more like a family. Theo agreed it was a good idea, but needed careful planning. Later at the inn, they enjoyed free services, including meals and hot spring baths, all paid by the guild. The next day, Yuka announced Clover would enter the dungeon. They would live stream and try to reach the 5th floor before the dungeon opened to the public. Currently, only the 1st floor was known. Others remained a mystery. Yuka predicted strong monsters and mentioned 3 other B-ranked teams besides Clover, Fulpo, Misty, and another. He advised focusing on doing their part well, not winning. The next morning, the group met Manila at the dungeon entrance. She said this labyrinth was unnamed. If Clover performed well, they could name it, an honor all adventurers dreamed of. Upon entering, Nene, a scout, immediately spotted eerie chains floating midair. Yuka decided to attack first for safety. After buffing everyone, the group attacked simultaneously. The swordswoman cleaved through the monster's weak point, defeating it. Yuka collected chain samples and a ring near the corpse for scholars to analyze. Marina shared she sensed the creature was once a samurai due to her class ability to perceive memories from vanquished foes. Nene reported 2 abnormalities, stairs leading up instead of down, and a discovered dwelling. The group found a room resembling a scientist's study. Nene entered and found a strange book. Rin confirmed it wasn't cursed, so Yuka held it up for scholars to decipher. Later, at the stairs, Yuka suddenly recalled abandoning Simon and began panicking. Rin calmed him by having him rest his head on her lap. After resting, the support guy recovered, and the group ascended to floor 2. There, they met an old man named Ruji, who claimed to be the sole surviving resident of the capital of Joy. Strangely, he correctly named Fidio, surprising him. The old man then vanished like smoke, prompting Yuka to order retreat, sensing danger. On the way, they found an unconscious girl and brought her back to the guild. The next day, the group surfaced. Theo reviewed the footage with researchers, but Ruji wasn't visible. They suspected a dungeon illusion, but Yuka was certain it was real. Scholars were analyzing the ring and chains. Manila announced Misty had withdrawn due to dizziness in the dungeon. She wanted Yuka's opinion, and he confirmed it felt connected to another world, like the Voidless Abyss or Sunset Town. Returning to camp, Yuka found Rin crying. She had received a letter from her grandfather, Count Reuter, ordering her to return and marry Prince Masoma, the 2nd prince of Samutaria. She confessed she was his illegitimate beast-kin granddaughter, shunned by his family. Her mother died of illness. She joined the academy, hoping to escape her past. Seeing Ren's pain, Yuka burned the letter and took her outside. He said he would register their marriage, so she needn't worry. Hearing this, the sorceress was overjoyed and hugged him tightly. The next morning, Manila announced Fidio and Ren's marriage registration was approved. They were now legally married. She was surprised but understood Yuka was protecting Ren from the political marriage. With that settled, Clover continued exploring the new dungeon's 2nd floor. They immediately encountered a mysterious monster upon arrival. Nene approached to observe but was suddenly paralyzed. Monsters attacked, but the leader arrived just in time to save her. Nene explained looking at their faces paralyzed her completely. Seeing the danger, Yuka ordered ranged attacks. The group combined their powers and defeated the monsters quickly. They found more rings like the one from the chain monster. Marina felt like she was cutting a human when she struck, unsettling the group. She sensed the spirits here were agitated, reminding her of Lady Baphomet's realm. Further on, they met old Ruji before Ven Castle's gates. He spoke cryptic words and vanished mysteriously. The castle doors opened, so Clover decided to enter. Back at the guild, Yuke received test results from Viscount Bondon. The samples indicated the defeated creatures originated from humans or human-like beings, confirming Marina's intuition. Thus, the dungeon was temporarily sealed. Parman reported Misty had withdrawn sick. Even some livestream viewers felt effect from fatigue to severe agitation, likely due to corrupted broadcast signals. Yuke recalled Ruji's words and realized the twilight light on floor 2 was the cause. However, Parman proposed halting the investigation as the government sealed the dungeon's origin. Clover was ordered to stay in Duna. At home, Yuke found the rescued girl acting strangely. She claimed to be the Golden Queen and warned the real world and another were overlapping. She told him to find old Ruji, as he knew everything. Their task was to stop the Sunset King and destroy the Golden One, or the world would be consumed by twilight. She then fainted. Upon waking, she was different, calling herself Rune, but having only vague memories of the entity. A week later, Yuke met the Academy head, who confirmed the phenomenon was culling, a selection process between parallel worlds. Normally separate, this time Sunset City was forcing an overlap. The Academy had believed each culling birthed a world defense mechanism, and this time, Yuke was chosen as a warrior to save the world. Continuing, Fidio was invited by the Academy head to become the world-saving warrior. Though honored, Yuke didn't immediately accept and discuss it with Run. She sat on his lap, assuring him only he could do this. Whether the world ended or not, she'd stay by his side. The Academy had then assembled 4 teams, Skoja, Fubo, Kamen, and Clover, to seal the dungeon. The conquest would have limited viewers. Yuke, being the warrior, was kept secret to avoid infighting. Clover gathered to plan entering Voden Castle. Skodia's leader, Clausen, arrived to cooperate. Escorting Rune as a Golden Queen would be a VIP target for the Sunset King. Meanwhile, Fulbo and Kamen reached the dungeon, but couldn't find Voden Castle's entrance. Clover and Skodia reached the castle gates and met old Ruji. Now everyone believed he was real. Clausen sent Miriam to inform the other teams. DC and Maji stayed behind. Clausen, Moria, and Clover entered Voden Castle with Ruji to uncover the truth. Inside the royal archives, Moria sensed something unusual about Ruji. He seemed influenced by powerful magic or curse, hiding his true words in books. Through Pip Leon, a book spirits he summoned, Yuke was taken to meet a mysterious man in another space. Returning, he believed that man authored the magic book and researched multi-dimensional collapse magic, a domino effect running multiple magic formulas simultaneously to achieve a single result. Moria also uncovered the secret of the Twilight Calamity. Long ago, this dungeon was a peaceful kingdom's capital. One day, the culling appeared. King Voden, skilled in magic, planned an escape for his people. Suddenly, Kameni's team arrived, so Yuke decided to return and explain details later. He knew Fulbo's arrogant leader was pushing deeper. After returning, Yuke reported to the guild and Adventure Association. They learned King Voden used special magic to transport his city across dimensions to this world, and its citizens became monsters. Through the ring collected after defeating monsters, Yuke realized Voden's magic was incomplete. Human bodies couldn't cross dimensions, leaving only warped souls trapped as monsters. King Voden possessed a treasure called the Golden One, capable of granting wishes. He used it to bestow golden rings on his people, hoping they could cross together. The kingdom became a giant labyrinth, and the people became monsters. Destroying the Golden One and stopping the Sunset King was the only way to halt the other world's encroachment. The meeting ended as Count Reuter's men arrived to capture Rindy. Before they could touch her, Fidio put them to sleep. The Count argued but ultimately retreated when shown Ron and Yuka's marriage license and Ren's lineage papers. Mama had already destroyed evidence proving Ren was the Count's illegitimate child. Prince Mastoma, informed of Ren's escape, wasn't deterred. He quintupled the reward for capturing Clover's girls, hinting at ulterior motives beyond marriage. Back at base, Yuka learned Ren had been taken into the dungeon's depths by Fulbo's team. Without delay, Clover, Skoja, and Kamen set off to rescue her, with the secondary goal of destroying the Golden One deep within Voden Castle. With enthusiastic support from the 2 powerful A-rank teams, monsters blocking the way were cleared swiftly. Clover advanced into the castle, meeting Ruji. From his earlier book reading, Yuka knew Ruji was King Voden's son, and Groan was Freya's daughter, Ruji's niece and Voden's granddaughter. Ruji left the golden ring and vanished. The group pressed on, finding Groan unconscious beside King Voden. Meanwhile, Fulbo's leader Jack K was bedecked in treasure. Seeing Yuka, Jack expressed envy, mocking him for adventuring with a harem. Yuka's team easily defeated Fulbo, but its members then mutated into monsters due to the golden rings and twilight influence. Despite powerful regeneration, Skoja and Kamen arrived to support. Clausen and Morona fought the mutated Fubo members, creating an opening for Yuka to reach Groan. However, King Voden blocked them. Marina charged but was knocked back by his immense power. Seeing his wife injured, Yuka unleashed multiple debuffs. He then borrowed Lady Baphomet's power to boost Marina, who counterattacked fiercely. Yet Voden's power was overwhelming. She was knocked back again, severely injured. C shot supporting arrows while Nene charged the front line, creating an opening for Marina's precise strike. To finish Voden, Rin used magic to incinerate him. In the heat of the moment, she lost control, causing flames to spread wildly. C desperately summoned water spirits to erect ice barriers. Yuke used his protective scroll for an extra heat shield. When the flames subsided and everyone was safe, the support guys sighed in relief. Shockingly, Voden's charred body began regenerating. With no choice, Yuka borrowed Lady Baphomet's power to destroy the Golden One ring on the spot. After defeating Voden, they planned to destroy the Golden One artifact, but its destruction would collapse the dungeon. Yuka ordered everyone to leave, staying behind with Rune. His wives tearfully bid farewell. As everyone left, Ruji appeared and sat on the throne, becoming the new king after Voden's death. With the king, queen candidate, Golden One, and Archmage present, they combined their power to destroy the Golden One artifact, ending its trail of destruction across eras. Ruji faded after bidding Groan farewell. Yuka realized Rune wasn't affected by the Twilight, and could travel here due to a wish made long ago by Rose and her father. Days later, Yuka and Runa were still missing. The Count's agent approached Ren, offering a compass that could locate anyone owned by Prince Masoma. Though suspicious, Ren agreed. She was taken to the prince. Simultaneously, Yuka and Birona were lost within the voidless abyss until a strange light and Ren's voice guided them back to reality. Yuka returned, reuniting emotionally with his wives. Ren was with Prince Masoma, so Yuka went there. Seeing him, Ren cried and hugged him tightly. Prince Masoma declared Ren had won the wager. Yuka learned Ren had wagered herself. If Yuka didn't return, she'd become Masoma's wife. The Count appeared demanding payment from Masoma, but his scheme was exposed. Ren was legally married to Yuka. The Count was punished, and Masoma apologized. Masoma revealed his true goal, targeting Clover as an elite team and revealing a sealed dungeon in his country to gain merit in the succession struggle. Ren promised help since Masoma's compass aided Yuka's return. Back home, Yuka's wives rewarded him with an unforgettable hot spring bath. After the recent events, Count Ruder was jailed. Yuka reported the dungeon conquest details to the guild. The guild master was very pleased. He also recommended Gren join Clover, and she agreed. Clover not only excelled at a national mission, but became so famous, even the Emperor praised their livestream. After reporting, Yuka took Nene out on a promise date, making her happy all day. The next day, the group bid farewell to Manila and returned to Phoenix. Townspeople welcomed them enthusiastically. Having watched the stream, this thrilled Clover immensely. Yuka reported to Guild Master Ben. Due to their excellent national mission performance, the immense monetary reward was transferred directly to Clover's base. Jamia, hearing of Yuka's return, rushed to see if he was injured. She'd been worried sick during his disappearance. Clearly, another girl had fallen for Yuka. The next day, Ben brought a hooded man to Clover's base. Revealing himself, he was King Vincent. His purpose was to propose cooperation, attacking a sealed dungeon in neighboring Samutaria, using the feat to aid Prince Masoma's bid for the throne in the succession war. It would be a national commission. Before accepting, the king bestowed upon Yuka the title Count of Labyrinth, a prestigious honor for adventurers achieving great feats in new dungeons. To avoid chaos, Prince Masoma proposed a cover story of technological cooperation, testing magic broadcast tools in a remote area under his jurisdiction. Yuka couldn't refuse but requested 6 protective charms for his wives. The group was thrilled to ride one of the kingdom's 3 rare magic airships. Guild Master Ben would accompany them as a precaution. Before departure, Yuka personally gave each wife an official Clover membership badge. Jamia also received a royal pardon, lifting her ban, much to everyone's joy. On the airship, Yuka met Viscount Bowman, who revealed the king was gambling heavily. Supporting Masoma meant direct interference in a foreign succession. If Masoma lost, relations would sour. Victory depended entirely on Clover's performance. That evening, Yuka visited the girls' room. He revealed the badges weren't just membership proofs, but also symbolized they were his wives. In Samutaria, men held higher status. This would deter locals from harassing them. Yuka feared discomfort, but the girls were overjoyed. Run, as the legally married wife, was designated the first wife. The others happily agreed. After a long journey, they reached Samutaria. Upon landing, an unfriendly group surrounded them. Clearly not a coincidence. Yuke and Viscount Penmore faced the bandits fearlessly, quickly subduing them to find the mastermind. Prince Masoma arrived, suspecting his brother. Crown Prince Lafuma sent them due to the 10th succession. The group was led to a newly built mountaintop town. Yuka was stunned. Masoma had prepared a huge villa for them with a grand welcome. Count Yuka Fidio had 6 beautiful wives, after all. The next day, they met Prince Masoma to strategize. The mission was in the Valley of Death. Clover would clear the path and investigate. Jamiya and Renee would help Ben prepare broadcast tools. The other 4 with Yuka would head to the valley. That night, while camping and planning, Yuka and Nene sensed terrifying presences. Nene scouted and found about 20 mixed species monsters approaching from east. Yuka recognized this as unprecedented chaos and signaled retreat. 2 monsters blocked their path. Yuka debuffed them, allowing Marina to finish them. She realized the Valley of Death was transforming under the dungeon's influence. Failure to stop, it would doom Samutaria. Cornered against a cliff, Rin erected protective barrier, allowing everyone to jump down safely. They fought their way back to base. Yuka reported the dire situation. After seeing footage, Masoma prioritized protecting the country and people over secrecy. He requested reinforcements from Valia. Guildmaster Ben argued waiting a month for high-rank adventurers was too dangerous. Attacking the Royal Tomb dungeon immediately was the best defense. Yuka agreed after consulting his wives. C confirmed the attack was the best defense. Rune sensed the Royal Tomb was layered like an onion, hidden by multiple seals. Yuka suspected its connection to the culling phenomenon. The group finalized plans to attack. Jamiya would stay with Ben to defend the town. The next day, with broadcast stations ready, Yuka led Clover into the Valley of Death. Not far in, they discovered a giant black sphere ahead. Unable to discern its nature, they retreated to plan. At the palace, Yuka found Princes Lafuma and Masoma arguing fiercely. He reported the black sphere, making nearby monsters berserk, suspecting it was a labyrinth itself. Rune nearby corrected him. It was the outer sea between worlds, like bubbles in darkness. It resembled an inverted dungeon. If this continued, Samutaria would be swallowed by the black wall. Prince Lafuma blamed Yuka for bringing disaster. Masoma rebuked his brother. Guildmaster Ben arrived, announcing black spheres appeared worldwide. He revealed the Abyssal Gate had opened 16 years ago within the Voidless Abyss. He and his team sealed it. Rune explained the Voidless Abyss was the route connecting all worlds. All dungeons originated and would return there. Yuka realized the seal on the Abyssal Gate in Phoenix had broken, letting darkness flood dungeons worldwide. The only way to stop it was to conquer the Voidless Abyss and reseal the Abyssal Gate connecting to another world. Yuka proposed a plan. Guildmaster Ben stated the Abyssal Gate couldn't be destroyed. They'd only sealed it before. Traveling back to Phoenix would take 2 weeks. Too long. Though anxious to save the world, Yuka had to rest. That rainy night, Yuka remembered Rune's words. All dungeons connect to the Voidless Abyss. He woke with a start and ran to Prince Masoma, proposing reaching the Voidless Abyss through the Royal Tomb dungeon. Due to the danger, he would go alone. Rin was behind him. She'd overheard and promised to discipline him later. Angry on the way back, Yuka kissed her. The curse mark from Lady Baphomet on his face transferred to her. Yuka explained his solo plan was to protect them. Back home, the other wives knew. They weren't angry but vowed to face life and death with him. Yuka explained his plan, using the Royal Tomb as a shortcut to Phoenix via Masoma's compass. Suddenly, news arrived. Prince Lafuma was marching troops toward the Royal Tomb. Live stream footage showed soldiers being slaughtered by monsters. Lafuma touched the black wall and was possessed by a shadow entity. Seeing this, Yuka hesitated to lead his wives into danger. Suddenly, Yuka's uncle Saga appeared after years away. Seeing his nephew with a harem of beauties pleased him greatly. That night, Saga revealed Rin was infected with stigma, a factor defining her existence from another world. It was how Yuka returned. Rain also got it from Yuka's kiss. Before entering, Yuka kissed each wife to transfer stigma to them. The group entered the Royal Tomb immediately after receiving Masoma's compass. Viscount Payne and Uncle Saga would return via a teleportation gate and wait at the Voidless Abyss. Standing before the inverted dungeon terrified Yuka. He feared his wives would be consumed like Lafuma, yet everyone believed it would be fine. The book spirit Pip Pleonce he summoned predicted a bright future. After buffing everyone powerfully, Yuka held his wives' hands and entered. Inside, he confirmed via livestream they were okay. Rin used Masoma's compass to navigate. Yuka confirmed this was a Voidless Abyss. Concentrating on their destination would teleport them. Soon, they arrived at Death Valley. Though unsure of the past or future, they searched. Nene quickly found a structure resembling the Royal Tomb nearby, surrounded by shadow-possessed people. Yuka recalled Simon's fate. He realized the shadows targeted the cursed. He devised a bold plan, using decoys to lure them, allowing the group to sneak into the tomb. However, they soon encountered more shadows. The girls fought bravely, were in open with high-tier magic. Jamia followed with attack spells, and Marina finished them with her sword. Before they could celebrate, she sensed danger ahead. Lafuma, now shadow-possessed, advanced with an axe. Yuke tried reasoning, but it failed. Words useless, force prevailed. Yuka's wives coordinated flawlessly, destroying him instantly. Venturing deeper into the tomb's dungeon, the group was teleported to an illusion resembling Phoenix's tavern. There, Yuke was moved seeing his past self joking with Thunder Bay teammates who treated him well here. Their dream was reaching A rank to explore the abyss and fulfill the support guy's dream. Yuke silently wished it true before tearfully leaving the tavern illusion. The group continued towards Phoenix's Adventurers Guild. There, Mama awaited them. Initially suspicious of an illusion, her proof of defeating an imposter reassured them. She led them to the abyssal gate beneath the dungeon. There, they were amazed to see Guild Master Band and Manila fighting shadow creatures, proving the legendary Anubis members' enduring power. Archmage Moria, summoned by Saga, also arrived. Moria cast a powerful spell, cutting through the shadows and clearing a path for Clover. Reaching the area before the floor boss and the abandoned mines, the group, now stronger, easily defeated the regenerating boss with coordinated teamwork. They pressed onto ruins where Rune sensed other worlds converging. Suddenly, darkness fell, separating Yuka and Rain. The others panicked. The book spirit pawn advised them to press forward and trust Yuka absolutely. Meanwhile, Yuka was sent to a childhood memory, witnessing his mother consumed by dungeon shadows. Luckily, Rune arrived and snapped him out before the abyss consumed him. Following the compass, they reunited with the group and Uncle Saga. Saga realized the abyss recognized Yuka as a threat and tried to eliminate him. Setting that aside, the abyssal gate loomed before them. Yuka, Saga, and the Clover girls prepared to enter. Broadcast tools activated for the decisive battle. Earlier, Saga told Yuka someone must sacrifice themselves to close the abyssal gate from the other side. Unable to return, they agreed. Saga first, Yuka second, Rune third. Now, before them was a culling entity. It arrived long ago, first attacking Yuka's homeland when he was a child. Saga apologized for leading Yuka into adventuring. He did it because only Yuka, having survived the dungeon inversion, could end the culling. Saga unsealed the entity, revealing its true form, a savage shadow dragon that used a voidless abyss to connect worlds and reach this one. Yuka buffed everyone heavily. The dragon summoned malignant minions. Yuka commanded the group to spread out and fight the minions. Despite the intense battle, Yuka's wives gained the upper hand. During the fight, she suddenly pushed Yuka away and took an invisible attack meant for him. Luckily, her elfkin healing saved her. Saga urged Yuka only he could defeat the dragon. Leave the minions to others. Yuka gathered his power. Rune channeled immense magic for him. He prepared his strongest sevenfold spell. But the dragon attacked first toward the group. Saga used his body to shield them, taking a full blow, allowing Yuka to unleash his ultimate attack, piercing and destroying the dragon's physical form. Finally, the abyssal gate appeared, but Saga was mortally wounded. Before vanishing, he entrusted Yuka with the final task, closing the gate to the other world. Learning it could only be closed from the other side shocked everyone. Yuka insisted he would sacrifice himself, using his teleport scroll to send the girls back first. Though they fiercely protested, he held firm. To Fidio, they were the most important people in his life. He couldn't let anyone die for him. A light flashed. Yuka opened his eyes to find himself back in reality with everyone. Via live stream, he realized Rune had decided to sacrifice herself to close the abyssal gate. Rune set her adventures with everyone with the brightest days of her life. If reborn, she wished to be an author to tell those tales. With that, she smiled, thanked everyone, and silently stepped through the gate. Clover was honored as a world-saving hero. Saga received a grand funeral. Prince Masoma, credited for repelling the culling at the royal tomb, was chosen as heir, delighting Yuka. But what pleased him most was knowing Rune lived somewhere. Ren's compass still pointed toward her. And so, Yuka and his harem's journey concludes here. We don't know if the series continues, but while waiting for the author's news, everyone can explore other series with us. For now, goodbye. See you next time. Thank you for following and supporting Al all this time. Goodbye. Yeah,